What is up, everybody? Welcome to Geeks Around. I'm your executive producer, DeAno Jackson. We are, of course, here for our Arrow discussion. This should be a fun one. Episode, oh man, what are we on right now?
19.
319, Broken Arrow. I really like this episode. I thought it was a strong episode, and it's going to lead to some interesting events the closer we get to the finale. Before we get too far into the discussion, let's go ahead and introduce the rest of our panel, starting with our editor-in-chief, Matt Moore. What did you think of this episode?
Wait, we're talking Arrow? I thought we were talking Sleepy Hollow. Son of a bitch, I should never listen to Charles.
I know, right? It's the same flavor as Charles.
Yeah, that's my general rule.
No, actually, I don't know. It was a mediocre episode. I didn't like the twist at the end. I liked that there was a twist. But yeah, I don't know. I thought it was eh.
Fair enough. Let's go over to our community manager, Knuckles Goldberg. How about you, man? What'd you think of this one?
I liked the episode despite fake Iron Man.
Yeah, fake Iron Man is pretty much going to be a source of constant annoyance for me, too. I'm sure Isaiah Mullins would agree. What did you think of this episode, Isaiah?
In all honesty, folks, I could give two flying fucks because Iron Man was weak-ass. Iron Man sucked. The villain sucked. Then you said it got that last ending of the show. Yeah, it might have been good for you guys, but come on now. We're smarter than an average bear, so I'm not going to say anything else. We're smarter than an average bear.
All right, fair enough. And last and most certainly not least, Lurad, what did you think of this one?
I liked the episode, and what was not to like about the fake Cyclops?
Well, it was like
I just knew someone was going to say fake Cyclops. I just knew that shit. Oh my god.
I was thinking it too. I was thinking it as well.
Oh my God.
He's definitely Cyclops.
He was definitely Cyclops.
Yeah, he's Cyclops if Scott Summers had not had that head injury falling out of the plane and could actually control his powers, basically.
Right. And plus, Cyclops is kind of badass. This dude wasn't badass. He was just a pussy. Big pussy.
Yeah, well, the villain in this was kind of throwaway to me, and I do think that was a missed opportunity. The important thing about this villain, the only important thing about this villain is, I mean, first of all, it was a metahuman in Starling City. It's like we haven't really seen many of those pop up. Normally that's kind of a Central City thing and more over Flash's problem than Arrow's. But I think the most significant thing about this guy in general was the fact that he was not in Central City when the particle accelerator exploded. And so now the thing is, like, this introduces the idea that there are more metahumans out there than the ones created in the Star Labs incident. And I think that's going to have highly overreaching consequences and implications, not only in these two current shows, but in the spinoff.
Wait, maybe he's an Inhuman. Oh, wait. Wrong continuity.
Right.
Wrong continuity.
Wrong genre.
Yeah, it's like, maybe he was out there, outside of the chamber when Daisy and
outside the mist.
and Ray, they were doing our thing. The Terrigen Mist was doing its thing, and
Right.
yeah. And one of his powers, not only can he shoot laser beams out of his eyes, but he can also cross over into alternate universes, which is how he ended up in Starling City.
That's how the actual Secret Wars happened. I mean, well, no, not Secret Wars. That's how the Amalgam universe happened. They crossed over.
Yeah.
Actually, time runs out. That's when another character from another universe in the Marvel universe crossed over to kill their own planet because the two planets are coming to collide. But that's a different story.
But now, what if he was just born with the power? Anybody think?
Oh God! Don't start that mess.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
It could be Maybelline. It could be, or Mentos, the fresh mint.
That does.
Yes, the joke went over Isaiah's head. That's expected. Let's move on. It's like I'm sure there's viewers out there. We get it, right?
No, you don't. You don't get it. No, you do.
But like I said earlier, it's like, I mean, a constant source of irritation in this show is kind of what they're doing with Ray Palmer. It's the cheap ass TV version of Iron Man. We've said that quite a bit.
No, mostly me.
I am positive you guys were talking about it during the Flash discussion in Vidcast.
Yes, absolutely. That's just it. Is I really think that as he is now, absolutely he's an Iron Man ripoff. But once they take him to the next evolution of his suits, which has to be size, then he won't be an Iron Man ripoff anymore.
Well, Matt, to your thing from yesterday, Cisco was holding his glove. That's where he shot the beam from.
Oh, okay.
Okay, to be fair, folks, yes, he might shrink down in size, but once Ant-Man comes out, the movie itself, and people who have not read comic books at all, they're like, wait a minute, he's copying Ant-Man. He's a rip-off of Marvel shit. Trust me, people who don't read comic books are going to say that. They will.
Well, actually, at this point, given that Adam, well, I guess it depends on which happens first. Whether Adam gets the rest of his abilities before the Ant-Man movie, which, again, is like, it would take a team of mathematicians about 20 years to calculate all the fucks I don't give about Ant-Man. Okay.
Hey,
that is the first MCU property I've ever been able to say that about since the MCU started. I don't care even a little bit about Ant-Man. It's like the trailer, which
you can keep saying that all you want.
Even a little bit. A little bit.
Why are you goading him, Knuckles? Why are you goading him? DeAno, you don't give a fuck, but you haven't seen the movie. You don't know whether you give a fuck after the movie comes out. After the movie comes out, maybe you'll be like, "Oh my God, this was."
Well, I don't have a fucking time machine, do I? It's like all I can do is speak to my opinion right now. Yes,
but you speak about it all the fucking time. Anytime Ant-Man is brought up, all you will talk about is how much you don't give a shit about it.
Yeah,
but you do give a shit.
Yes, I do. It's like I'm glad you noticed that.
Spoiler alert! Like, I don't give a shit about this TV show, and I can't shut up about how I don't give a shit about this TV show.
He's speaking like Isaiah.
Talking about how much you don't give a shit, it proves that you give a shit.
He's speaking like Isaiah now. It's crazy.
Well, what it's speaking to is like the thing is like, yeah, it's like I know that whole reverse psychology thing is like, oh yeah, you're protesting too much. It's just so much of a surprise to me that there is this Marvel property out there. It's like, and I know we're getting off topic, y'all. It's like we'll get back into things in a minute, but it just surprises me so much that there's this MCU property that just does that so far has yet to have my interest. I mean, normally it's like even for something like another trailer that we posted up very recently on geeksaround.com, Terminator Genesis, which I really didn't care about. And then I saw the trailer and I'm like, ooh, it's like, okay, my mind's changing about this. From what I'm seeing, this looks like it could be interesting. I was really hoping the Ant-Man trailer would have the same effect, and it just kind of didn't do that. So it's just a surprise.
To be fair, we all hated the trailers for Last Man on Earth, and that turned into a really good show.
It turned into an okay show. It turned into a tolerable show.
Yeah, it turned into a show that didn't suck as much as I thought it would. It's like, I mean, it's funny, but yeah.
But you'll be at the movie theater spending your $30 when Ant-Man drops.
I ain't going to the Galaxy Luxury for that one. I will go to the fucking Century Theater down the street.
Or next door where you get it for free.
DeAno?
Well,
DeAno, do you want to make a $1 wager on that? Do you want to make a $1 wager on what theater you're going to watch it on?
Okay.
Because guess what, motherfucker? It's my birthday, and you better fucking take me to that goddamn movie.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Burn.
Matt just got $1. It's like, yeah, he's right. It does launch on his birthday. I don't have a choice. I don't have a choice. Okay.
Getting back to the whole Adam thing, since DeAno doesn't give a fuck about Adam, which is true. I don't have no beef towards Adam.
No, Adam. The Adam I'm okay with, but go ahead.
Really, you okay with him? Really? He's a douchebag. He's an Iron Man douchebag.
He's an Iron Man ripoff. The quirkiness of the character Ray Palmer, it was amusing at first, but I think they're really, really overdoing it.
DeAno, please. We only need one guy saying the word "really" more than one time.
Really?
And that's not
you.
It's
me.
Really?
It's me.
Really?
Yeah. That's always Isaiah.
Really?
He always. Yeah.
Exactly. Thank you, Matt.
Matt.
No.
You never know.
No, I put the headphones down. I didn't hear what the fuck you said.
Hold on. He can hear me through the wall. 1 second.
Go ahead.
You never know.
Fuck you.
Okay, now that we're done fucking around, Isaiah, you were making a point about the Atom. Go ahead.
Is that no fact that Adam he might become something really cool down the road, which would be cool, really cool, but it would still be under the shadow of all these other Marvel characters. And again, it's not the show's fault. It's pretty much who came out first in the public's eye. So
well, that's just it. Is Ant-Man's got till July. Adam's going to be, I'm sure, going to be revealed this season as a shrinking character. So he's going to, if he comes out this season, it's going to be before July.
Yeah, but who's doing most? But you saw how the marketing was for Ant-Man. Well, for the time being, it's okay. It's okay. Adam has not got he got some marketing due to Arrow and Flash, but it's not really capturing the main public's eye. People know who Marvel is. Since you know who Marvel is, gonna say, "Oh, look at that!" And so people are looking at Marvel more so than Adam. And people don't know dick about Adam, which is true. No one doesn't know about Adam. Who doesn't read comic books? Same thing goes with Ant-Man. So it's going to be the race between two companies who's going to push out this character or this character. So Adam, he has a very small window of time to prove himself. And I don't see he did prove himself in these 2 episodes of Flash or Arrow. It was just, they were overdoing this, like his quirkiness and this nice guy attitude. It was just really pissing me off. Like, oh God, stop.
I wonder how he's going to react when he finally has to break up with Felicity. Because Felicity is not going to break up with him. It's going to be the other way around. He's going to be like, I know you love Oliver. I'm a nice guy. Go to Oliver. I think that's what's going to happen.
I mean, are we sure she's not really a beard anyway?
To your point, Matt, he if he didn't catch his facial expression when she said some stuff about love with holding on to Oliver, he kind of put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah. I mean, it was straight out when he was leaning up against that car. Absolutely, he was looking at him like, like I've lost. I lost before I even started fucking playing this game.
Yeah, right. And then the really sucky thing for him losing is that Oliver's not trying to win.
Yeah,
exactly. He's pulling a Daredevil. He's like, I don't want you, but at the same time, he still gets the ladies. He's pulling a Daredevil.
No, Daredevil goes after him.
I said I love you, but with a lowercase L.
Yeah, I gotta agree with Matt. It's like, Matt's the ladies' man.
Yeah.
I mean, not our Matt, obviously.
So it's Daredevil.
We're just to be clear, he meant Daredevil, Matt.
Yeah.
Okay. Murdoch.
I am a bit of a Daredevil. Thank you, Knuckles.
You're not here, You're not. Just stop.
Thank you.
Just stop.
Living dangerously with that fedora.
Yes, absolutely.
While being drunk at the same time.
No, I am not at a drink because I can't afford any until tomorrow.
See? See what I mean, folks? He can't be Daredevil yet. He gotta be drunk to be Daredevil.
so let me go ahead and continue with a few other nitpicks that I had about this episode. The whole plan that Roy and Diggle and Felicity came up to kind of get Oliver out of this situation, it should not have worked.
Yeah, it should have never worked.
Yeah, but it's like, I mean, see, how to put this? In order for this plan to work, it's like it kind of relies on everybody having extremely limited memories. Does anybody remember way back in season 1, there was an episode called Salvation, and in that episode, Roy Harper was captured by the villain of that episode, and he was tortured, and this was being broadcast live on the internet.
Right.
And it was at the time, and he was very publicly saved by the Arrow.
Yeah.
That's a good point, but they've already passed that suspension of disbelief by having fucking Oliver Queen saved by the Arrow. So
but that's so stupid, though.
If you're going to dismiss one in lieu of the other, it doesn't make sense that be what you dismiss.
Plus, they already proved
that. The Arrow.
Plus, in season 1, they proved Oliver Queen wasn't the Arrow already.
Yeah.
Again, they did it 4 times. They did it like actually 3 times already. 3 fucking times.
One
Double
time
Jeopardy, people. Goddamn.
But
yeah, well, like I said, it's like, I mean, it's just a nitpick. It really is just a nitpick, and somebody who is not as much geeks as we are would not remember that shit. I mean, because that was 3 years ago.
Yeah, but again, DeAno, you made a good point though. You made a good point because like when you said like Oliver getting saved by the Arrow, who is Roy, is like that makes no fucking sense because they're all gonna put 2. Because Lance is not stupid. Like really, and when they busted in Oliver's cave, it's like, oh, we got you now. You son of a bitch. It's like, yeah, because he's the real fucking Arrow. Like, who's this stupid? Like literally stupid. But when Roy
I was gonna say,
died, it's like you.
I was gonna say, like Oliver Queen does not own that club anymore. Am I correct in this? Like he doesn't own that fucking club anymore.
Thea owns it.
So why is Officer Lance going to go to the bottom of this club, and think, you know what? It must be the owner's brother. Like, where the fuck did he come up with that idea?
I have no idea.
It makes much more sense that it would be Zia and her
The
boyfriend.
Patriot Act gave him clearance to get that script.
That's true. The drones, man. The drones was watching them. Like, wait a minute, what's down there?
Yeah, and speaking of that's my other little tiny nitpick. Okay, how in the hell would you, in a place that y'all have been headquartered in forever, wipe down all the fingerprints except for Roy's? That it's like my brain can't process that.
I can, because Roy was in on the plan. They fucking wiped the place down and then had Roy go back and put fingerprints on them.
But that was so stupid, though.
That makes more sense to me. Okay.
That's the whole way they did that.
But wait a minute. I'm confused on one thing, because since they know what...
One thing or just one?
No, I got more, because I'm still lost on a couple of things, because... Okay, since they went to Arrow's cave and got all his shit, seriously, and when he cross-reference it with like the height of the length of the clothing and pretty much accomplices too, like Diggle, Smokes, and Oliver as well, and Thea. So it's like saying everyone's what's that word? Complicit or complicit or?
That's almost there. I'm complicit.
Yeah, complicit.
Yeah,
that is a word. Yes.
Yeah, the whole scheme itself. So they should be all going to jail for yeah, you're abetting a fugitive and doing all this stuff.
And how can they prove it?
They busted down the goddamn.
I'm sorry,
you busted into a door, but there's no fingerprints.
Hold on, Lou. Matt was making a point.
Was Oliver's costume there? Was Roy's costume there? Was the Black Canary costume there? No, none of that shit was there. They cleaned out all the damning evidence beforehand. You did notice the mannequin without the fucking suit on him, right?
I thought they stole that shit. I think they took that shit. We're gonna take all these shit.
But when you own it, it's not called stealing.
No, it's called evidence. Boom.
No, that's the first time the cops were there, Isaiah. They didn't take it before.
See, there you go, man. See, if it was Chicago or New York, they'll take that shit. They will take that shit.
He just agreed with me, and you're like, see, Matt? See what I mean?
How could they take something if it wasn't in the building to begin with?
It's called evidence, man. It's called
evidence. It's not there for them to take. There was nothing there for them to take. There's no evidence.
They can plant the arrows. They can plant the knife. They can plant the glove. It's gonna be OJ all over again. It is OJ.
What? You think some cop is walking around?
If the arrow fits, you must have quit.
An arrowhead in his fucking pocket with Oliver's print on it, and he's just gonna hide it underneath, planting fucking arrowhead evidence?
Yeah,
come on, Isaiah. Oliver's
on,
not black. No one's gonna do that to Oliver. Oliver's black and rich.
If Diggle was the arrow. No, if Diggle was the arrow, they would shot that nigga
exactly.
Isaiah, that might have been the smartest thing you ever said.
Oliver Queen could have shot Officer Lance on TV in front of the camera. And later on, he would have been like, "Oh, it's PTSD from the island," and he would have gotten off scot-fucking-free.
But he should have got that before when he did the lie detector test bullshit. Because I remember that too. We all remember that lie detector test bullshit. He was telling semi the truth. Semi. And also he had on camera too.
Argus. I don't know.
Also,
and also,
there's more things. When Oliver's gonna get changed with Oliver nonsense. We tried that Deathshot. He was on camera getting his clothes and going up the stairs and changing to Arrow's clothing. And Lance got tape of that. So there is evidence, man. There is evidence.
I'm sorry,
but evidence.
But
it's
Lance
OJ all over again.
This is
OJ. This is all OJ all over again. It's OJ.
Isaiah, Officer Lance followed up on that and found it to be a dead end. Or don't you
see what I mean?
In that very same episode.
OJ.
Okay, now that we've fully established that Isaiah is still insane.
I know, right?
I think we can move on. It's another point that I wanted to make. Given that this was Colton Haynes's, the actor that plays, of course, Roy Harper, this was his last episode being a full cast member on this show. I really like the fact that this episode spent a lot of time on him. I really liked that fight scene he had in the prison. It's like I thought that was an interesting dynamic. I mean, just the concept of the Arrow, even if it really wasn't the Arrow,
But
being locked up in the same prison as the some of the people that he had put away. And that fight scene about handcuffs was pretty awesome.
I actually have a couple very profound words to say about the character and about the actor. From the bottom of my heart, good riddance.
Ouch!
Wow. This is
I did not like the character. I did not like the actor. I did not like the...
What?
Yeah, I didn't like anything about him.
Wow.
Oh,
He's
man.
the same guy who took lightning bolts like a champ, and Oliver walked away. He literally walked away from Roy. But the thing is, and there's one thing that actually bugged me the most, is that if you got a high-profile criminal, why is he in public the public population in prison? He should be in his, I don't know, solitary confinement or somewhere cut off from all public itself. That's what cause riots, other bullshit like that. Come on now, come on.
Okay.
No, the cops really wanted him in jail. The cops really, really, really wanted him in jail. I don't think they were willing to offer him any fucking protection by putting him in solitary confinement.
Oh yeah, definitely. Isaiah, let me cut you off just right quick. I'll let you go back to make your point in 2 seconds. I'm going to regret this, and Antonio, understand that I hate you for putting me in this position to have to actually say this. But we do have a viewer comment from, of course, longtime viewer Antonio Cunningham. He says, "Oh God, help me! Listening to Isaiah is funnier than a lot of comedian shows." So there, Isaiah, and that is why I let you rant on and let you be the crazy person that you are, because it is just kind of fucking hilarious.
Exactly,
and that's going to come back and bite me in the ass. And fuck you, Antonio, for putting me in that position to have to say that shit, because now it's like
And we lost DeAno.
We lost DeAno, so I'll take over here.
Well, Antonio, thank you so much for breaking our hangout.
Yeah, that's totally Antonio's fault.
Yeah, he created a schism in time where
it's called paradox. When you make something impossible happen, that's paradox, and that's what Antonio did.
That's a fringe moment. That's a fringe moment.
Yeah.
It's like my damn internet cut me off in the middle of my "fuck you, Antonio" rant.
But again, like I said before, it's called prison procedure. No matter what the case may be, if you hate that person, they're always separate from the general public. Always. So I'm sorry, but I don't believe that bullshit. I mean, it was
Isaiah,
cool.
Don't you ever watch Orange is the New Black or Shawshank Redemption or anything?
No, he doesn't watch it to the beginning of the
You
story.
don't watch any of that shit.
Shawshank Redemption is a good movie. And Orange New Black, it killed it and not so great in season 2. So you can go fuck
And
off
you
somewhere.
remember when the fucking CEO said, you know what? Like you pissed a lot of people off, so I'm gonna fucking leave you.
That's
amongst,
again, it's
the prison
illegal.
population.
You can't do that. That's pretty much illegal.
And who's gonna convict you?
Who are they going
who's
to call?
Gonna be...
The cops.
Yeah, exactly.
So Isaiah wants the person in solitary confinement when, one, the warden of the prison never came and offered him solitary confinement. You can't just put somebody there without it being fucking on the table.
But it should be a prison policy.
It's not a prison policy.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. Do you know anybody that's ever been to prison?
Yes.
You do?
Yeah.
Have they ever been put in solitary confinement for something?
Well, they're not high-priced criminals. They're not high-priced.
It doesn't matter if you're high-priced or not. If you go into jail,
it does matter, dude.
Then they
does
punish
matter.
you. I mean, it's all about chain of events, dude. Look it up.
But why would you put it in the same? Again, lawsuits all over the place. If Roy died in prison, quote unquote, there's lawsuits everywhere. Lawsuits, human rights, lawsuit. Come on now.
I'm sorry, no. They were in fucking New York. New York is just as liberal as California.
Chicago.
Are you fucking kidding me? The prisoners' families are going to fucking sue Roy. That's how it fucking works in liberal states. I'm saying that as a liberal.
Wow.
The families of those prisoners are gonna be suing Roy if Roy were alive in their mind.
Again, that's called lawsuits, homie. I'm just saying the truth.
It's like I break into a motherfucker's house. That motherfucker beats the crap out of me. And so what's my response? Oh, I'm going to sue you. That's the world we live in today. Those prisoners would sue Roy, not the other way around.
Yeah, but you should be a general population. I'm sorry, you can't be in that.
You're expecting reality out of a TV show about.
Hey, I got that from Daredevil. Thank you very much. I got that from Daredevil. So don't look at me. I got that from Daredevil.
Oh yeah, Daredevil. That was absolutely realistic from beginning to end.
I know, right?
Yeah. I mean, ninjas, like the head of crime families being a ninja, like fucking. Yeah, I mean, that was nothing outstanding and weird about that. Being able to see a world of fire, like that's how you see the world, even though you're blind. That's completely realistic.
Exactly. Thank you, Matt. Thank you for agreeing with me.
One of these days, I am going to do a fucking Indiegogo to fly me out there to punch the fuck out of him.
But you can't insult me, though, because you're just going to get...
Okay, so
I can insult you all you want. You just take it as a compliment.
So
exactly. It always works. You can't beat it.
On. Jesus fucking Christ. We're gonna have to like start a new hangout series that's just titled Matt and Isaiah Argue for 45 minutes.
I've taken up the anti-mental. I'm like
fuck me.
Not my type.
People love to argue with me.
So yeah, no. So okay, so a question I have for you guys is like because I'll admit when Roy was stabbed by that prison guard in prison, it's like I'll admit it's like I totally fell for it. It's like I thought he was dead. Anybody on the same page? Or did it?
I did.
I didn't fall for it. Sorry.
I expected him to be stabbed. I expected him to be dead. I expected Ra's al Ghul to leverage that to make Oliver bring him to Ra's al Ghul to be put in the pit. In other words, I made a prediction. I just had the wrong person.
Yeah, that was exactly where I was coming from.
Correct prediction, wrong
exactly.
I called his death. I just didn't think he would be brought back by sensu beam.
Yeah, it's like I will say that the only person more shocked than Oliver when Roy just kind of strolled up in the Arrow Cave. The only person more shocked than him was me. It's like because my jaw dropped too. It's like I well done to the writers. They totally blindsided me. It's like I expected somebody to die this season. It's like, I mean, when you're going up against a force like Ra's al Ghul, somebody is going to die. That's just
But we did get a death. The question was, did it last more than 5 minutes?
Who, Sarah?
DeAno, you remember?
No, not Sarah. I'm talking about Roy.
By the way, the county coroner, a lot of explaining to do.
But again, DeAno, you gotta remember one thing. If you got Ra's al Ghul, that means you got one other thing to Ra's al Ghul. The Lazarus Pit. So no one's not going to die.
The thing I mentioned
it's like
5 minutes ago?
Exactly. It's like I knew the Lazarus Pit was going to come to play, and okay. And thank you, Antonio. It's like, I mean, you've almost made up for your, making Isaiah's head swell thing by... I said almost. Like, you still got a long way to go, Antonio. But it's like, he agrees. Like he thought that Roy was dead too, because after all, it's like, I mean, Arrow is a pretty dark show.
I just have one.
Of course, not as dark as the show we'll be discussing right after we're done talking about Arrow. But
yay! Let's talk about that now. Let's talk about that now.
Fuck
Arrow. Let's talk about that now.
Well, it's like you always got issues with Arrow, man. It's like I still like this show. It's like I think it's a powerful show.
Isaiah doesn't give a fuck about this show. That's why he's always talking about
that. I just got spoiled, okay? I got spoiled on good television.
You didn't like the show before Daredevil came out.
What? I like the first season of Arrow. Thank you very much. Season 2 was
the worst season. You like the worst season of the 3 seasons of Arrow.
Exactly. Thank you very much. Because Slade sucked dick. Because he kept crying about like shadows.
That was the second season.
I know. It was bullshit. You still cry about the same thing.
All right, so
okay, so in this episode, it's like also something else we had going on in this episode that I thought was relevant was Ray Palmer. It's like, I mean, as much of a pussy as this metahuman was, it was him actually having to be a superhero for real for kind of the first time. It's like this is the first time he's really gone out to the field and really experienced this danger. And I admit, it's like I laughed my ass off when he's sitting there, in front of fake Cyclops, and he's running his mouth, and fake Cyclops just attacks him and beats his ass and damn near kills him right quick.
Right.
Yeah,
It's like, wow.
I think that's the reality check that Roy needed, because in his mind, he still sees this whole superhero thing as a game, and even that was apparent during his appearance on The Flash, where under hearing that there's this villain that has all these killer bees they're sending after people. His first response was, "Oh, cool," instead of yeah, that's not good, you fucking moron.
I'm just coming to the realization that this is literally the first fight he has won.
Yeah.
Nah, you sure about that? He got lucky.
Yeah, no, I'm completely sure about that.
Well, before you say he won it, 50-50 of this fight goes to Oliver for helping him.
Well,
Basically,
Oliver did take over the suit in the beginning half of that fight where Oliver was kicking the man's ass.
Like, I don't even know if he won against the bees, because we don't see what happens to him in the bees in the Flash.
He doesn't do shit. He doesn't do nothing.
The bees are chasing him down, and he just fucking runs away. Yeah, exactly.
He doesn't do shit. He just flies away.
Yeah, he got away. He didn't actually do anything. But this one is like, yeah, Oliver did do a lot of helping out in the first portion of this fight, including the coolest part to me is like the first hit that fake Cyclops made. Arrow dodged that attack for Adam, and he wasn't even fucking there. Now it's one thing. It's like when you're in a fight and you can sense somebody behind you, and to dodge for a trained fighter, that actually is a thing. But to do that when you're not even fucking there,
yeah, exactly.
Well, he's very good trained though.
For the record, dude was behind him. Like there was no way that he should have known that the guy was swinging at him.
Yeah.
Right. Again, we all know Oliver's very, very trained, very skilled fighter. So he's always paranoid or cautious. Who's about his blind sides and where his surroundings are. So this was not like anything new for all of us, but it was still good. He was still skilled and trained in that, so he didn't lose his edge on that. It was really cool.
Yeah,
he had to have heard it. He had to have heard it somehow. That's the only way I think he could have.
Well, again, Ray has really good feedback from I forgot. No, not air, but Oh my god.
Okay, well, Isaiah struggles to think of this word. It's like I wanted to go ahead and make another point.
Yeah.
I also really like the fact that in this episode we saw Oliver just even a tiny little bit taking Roy under his... That's gonna fucking irritate me.
I know.
Of course, being Ray, taking Ray under his wing and kind of explaining to him how this whole superhero thing works, especially the part where he's explaining to him that if you rely on your suit more than you rely on yourself, you are going to get killed. He doesn't pussyfoot around it. He doesn't sugarcoat that. He says it pretty point blank. This is the way it is. Because see, it's like, and all of this to me is of course leading up to this whole other spinoff that will of course include people like the Atom and Captain Cold and Heat Wave and Firestorm and such.
Say Firestorm, it'll be okay.
I literally just did that, but it's leading up to all that because it's like right now, as Ray, yes, Ray is currently he is not ready to be a superhero. It's like, I mean, he's not taking this seriously enough. He doesn't understand that this is dangerous, and Oliver was absolutely correct. He is relying entirely too much on his technology.
Right. Look at Iron Man.
It's like, I mean, even Iron Man doesn't do that. It's like, yes, he has this suit and it is a thing, but he also relies on the fact that he is, a genius.
Right.
Yeah.
And that a lot of times in Iron Man's fights, particularly in the solo movies, is what gets him out of trouble more than his Iron Man suit. It's the fact that he can outthink his opponents.
Yeah, because they're not that bright.
Ray is not there yet.
If Ray ends up pulling an Atom suit, if he has a briefcase that turns into his Atom suit at any point,
oh my God, no! Please,
I am done. I am
No,
done. Like,
no.
no
Why?
more.
They would
Like,
actually do
that
that
pissed
too.
me off in Iron Man. You better fucking believe it would really piss me off in fake Iron Man.
Oh God.
What
no.
if it's like a backpack?
Oh,
Yeah. It would have to be a backpack. Yeah. Knuckles nailed it because remember, this is cheap Iron Man. This is not expensive Iron Man. He can't afford a briefcase. It'd be like a knapsack or like a Trapper Keeper from like the '80s and shit. Yeah, it'd be
Or
a
a-
Trapper
or
Keeper
a,
that would turn into his fucking Adam costume.
Or a fanny pack.
Oh God.
Oh,
Stop. Just stop. Probably it could have been a hat. It could have been like a big old baseball cap. Oh, I better shut my
yeah.
mouth.
Just
Why
go
do you think
totally old school on this shit.
Oh yeah, it could be a fedora.
Yeah, why do you think I wear
Oh
this?
God. Stop. Just stop. It's just so damn terrible. Just stop. Oh Jesus.
But of course, the main takeaway from this episode is the fact, and this was highlighted both in the things we saw in present day and the things that happened in the flashbacks. And I'm going to get to the flashbacks in a minute because for the first time, for the first time in several episodes, the flashbacks were actually interesting to me. But the main theme of this is Oliver having to learn that he cannot do everything himself and that he has to accept help when it's there.
Oliver doesn't play well with people.
Who didn't know that shit? Seriously, we already knew that beforehand. With the Flash. And before then. Literally, we knew that
He
already.
also can't be the Arrow anymore.
Yeah, he really can't, and that's something that
He's screwed.
that in this show is like I'm very curious as to what they do going forward because at this point Felicity absolutely nailed it. He can't be the Arrow anymore. It's like his Arrow days are fucking done, and
Yeah.
we've already seen, of course, in set photos. Of course, we posted on geeksitaround.com. You can check those out, geeksitaround.com. But we've already seen in set photos that in the future he's wearing an outfit that, while has similarities to his Arrow outfit, also has very much shades of the League of Assassins in it, and that seems to indicate that he made a choice, and particularly given what happened to Thea in this case. Well,
Yeah, can we talk about that?
Oh, of course we can talk about that. Go for it.
Okay, so is there a doubt in anyone's mind how this is going to play out between what Ra's al Ghul said? He said, no, he's going to beg me to take my place.
Yeah.
And kill
No
Thea.
shit.
Is there a doubt in anyone's mind that this is going to play out with her being resurrected by the Lazarus pit? Only if
No,
all
it's
her
not.
Oh, no,
sins-
you tell them. No, because from this.
Like,
the
is there
promo I saw-
any other possible theory to that?
I'm just curious to know how the fuck do you get her body all the way halfway across the world into a Lazarus pit and she could still be revived?
They'll bring it.
It can happen.
So they're
Trust
gonna
me.
bring the pit to her?
No,
Yeah.
Well,
they
that's
don't
just
come.
it. Is you're assuming there's only one pit. There could be
There's only
many
one pit.
pits, just like there are in the comics.
Well, no, it's like they're going to Nanda Parbat. And did I say that correctly? Nanda Parbat?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, but that is not where Ra's al Ghul is. That's the island.
Oh fuck.
Anyway,
Oh
no, one cares.
no, you're right. You're right.
I succeeded and I failed
Monday
simultaneously.
or it's Parbat, so maybe you didn't
Oh.
get it right.
Okay, all right, Nanda Parbat.
And
Yes,
the island is Ilion. That's what it was.
Okay, yeah,
Ooh.
but they are very, very clearing to go to the League of Assassins headquarters in the next episode. And Knuckles, to your point, yeah, I don't think that anybody can have any doubt at this point that the way this is going to play out is, yeah, you want to save your sister's life and put her in the Lazarus pit? Okay, become the head of the demon.
There you go.
And here's my thought on it: is him being Ra's al Ghul. It's very possible that he sliced her in such a way that maybe he nicked her small intestines to where she's getting all fucked up to where, because that is really painful and that will kill you over a period of time, and there's not a lot you can do about it. So maybe
don't think so.
he killed her in such a way that it is a long and painful process.
Oh, I got a theory. She got stabbed with the same blood type thing that Roy got stabbed with. So she won't die.
Ra's al Ghul doesn't need to do that. He has a Lazarus pit. He doesn't need to play
Yeah.
tricks.
He can do anything he wants to. He can play God, for all he cares.
He can, but Thea can't.
Well, no one gives a fuck. Yeah, I said it.
No,
You don't give a fuck about
I,
anybody.
I like Thea, and as much as I knew that, of course, Thea Queen stands absolutely zero chance in hell of defeating Ra's al Ghul. The fact that she tried, I will go ahead and give the thumbs up to that. I mean,
Oh,
I
that was
was a pretty
when I was
fucking cool
watching
fight.
that scene when she threw that fucking knife and then she just fucking went after him. I mean, no hesitation, no slow. Who gives a fuck? If I were Ra's al Ghul, I would have been like, you know what? I fucking love this family.
Yeah.
Like,
No.
we got the fucking father-in-law who fucking kicks ass. We got the main guy. He fucking kicks ass. And now the sister too. What the fuck? I love these people.
Wait a minute.
I think he should have stopped the fight and gone.
She doesn't have any grasp or idea of how bad he is, like how powerful
Right.
he is.
Well, she understands at this point that her father, who trained her how to fight, is terrified of this motherfucker. She understands that her brother, who has been whooping everybody's ass for the past 2.5 years in Starling City, is also terrified of him. She might not understand the particulars of how badass Ra's al Ghul, how much of a badass, I should say, Ra's al Ghul is, but I would say at this point that she kind of has the general idea.
Does she know that he killed her brother?
I don't think she quite knows that.
But she will know soon.
He straight out killed him. Like,
No, I think they revealed that to her.
No.
Yeah,
But
I don't think so.
Maybe not. I don't know.
I have two questions about that whole part. The first one is, so we're going to get Thea acting crazy again, like she was getting trained by Malcolm Merlin. And she was acting kind of crazy. And now she's going to be even more crazier thanks to the Lazarus Pit. So what's the next level for crazy for Thea?
She starts acting like you.
Exactly. That's the next level, and that's going to be a good perk. Because
No, that is like fucking 5 levels up. And that's what I'm thinking the Lazarus Pit does to motherfuckers.
So we're gonna stop. We're gonna stop doing these shows then.
There
Exactly.
is no indication. As a matter of fact, there's the opposite of indication that the Lazarus Pit causes insanity. And I say that because we've seen the Lazarus Pit.
I
Lazarus Pit
agree
does
with that. It's
cause
like from the trailers for the next episode, it is pretty clear that being in the Lazarus Pit affects you mentally. That's all I will say. Because I have seen the extended trailer for next week's episode, and yeah, Thea losing her shit after being in the Lazarus Pit is a thing.
Okay, in that case,
and thank you, Antonio, for clearing that up, just in case there was any doubt. He says that Thea still doesn't know that Oliver died, and that was kind of what I was thinking as well.
If you go insane from being in the Lazarus Pit, then a conversation we had about a month ago, I was fucking right, and that was not the Lazarus Pit that Ra's al Ghul was in.
No, Ra's al Ghul, he's already insane. He just embraces it.
No. Okay. It's like well, first to Matt's point, yeah, it's like that probably wasn't the Lazarus Pit, and to what you're saying right now, Isaiah, the thing is, the Lazarus Pit doesn't cause permanent insanity; it causes temporary insanity. It's like
sure.
Yes.
I've been reading the comic books for the past 20 years. Yes,
Ra's al Ghul is insane. Does all this? He's insane.
No. He is not insane. He is very, very sane.
Do you know what time it is?
Vader time?
Yeah.
Time to play the game?
Yeah.
I ran out of time metaphors.
Is it wild?
It's time to black Isaiah out.
Oh, it's that time. Okay, it's like I was wondering what that time was. Like, I'm pretty sure it's the first time we've had to do that.
Yeah.
Black Isaiah. Wow. That's so racist.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, it is. Totally racist.
Yeah, shouldn't we white him out instead?
Exactly.
Yes.
Thank you, Malcolm. You should be white out.
Wait. If I wear blackface, that is bad. If we white him out, wouldn't that also be racist? Wouldn't that be the same thing? If he wore whiteface, wouldn't that be just as racist?
That's not how racism works, Matt. It's a one-way street.
Yeah, it's a one-way street.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's like, because obviously you can't be racist towards white people because that's reverse racism.
And as I'm saying, it's reverse racism. It's a bullshit racism.
Okay, I was like, For people that haven't been following me on Google Plus for a while, you might not get the joke. I think the term reverse racism is complete bullshit. The reverse of racism would be acceptance. Racism is racism. I don't give a fuck.
No, the opposite of racism would be acceptance. The reverse, just like driving in reverse is still driving. Reverse racism is still racism. It's a subset.
No, it's not.
Okay, well, yeah, but it's like, I mean, driving is reverse. Like, I'm driving, okay? I'm driving a car. I am driving that same car in reverse. So reverse racism would be white people being racist against white people. It's the same person doing the same thing backwards. That would be reverse racism.
It kind of is.
It is not. It's like when I'm driving my car backwards, the car isn't driving me backwards. That's not reverse driving. So reverse racism is not a thing, at least the way that the popular implementation of that term means. It doesn't make any sense. Racism is racism. I don't care where it comes from and where it goes to. That's just what it is.
Yeah, pretty much.
We can get into more of this later.
And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so. Anybody have anything else they want to say on this episode before we kick it into wild speculation?
This whole Thea thing was kind of bullshit. Because I know
okay, anyone whose opinion matters has anything else to say about this episode.
You like my opinion, so be quiet. You like my opinion. You know you do. You know you do. The best comedian on the show? Come on, man. I'm the comedian of all time, man.
I'll forfeit my time to Isaiah.
Okay, so y'all saw what Isaiah just said there. Is like, I mean, that's completely Antonio's fault. I am blaming him. And on that note, we are going to go ahead and kick it into wild speculation time. Something we can't do on Game of Thrones right now.
We can't. So, anyone besides me?
No, Isaiah, let's go ahead and get yours out of the way first. Like, I know you got something.
All right, thank you, folks. Now, since the whole Lazarus Pit has been calling in play, we're gonna see more factions within Ra's al Ghul's operations, and so we're gonna see more of his children. We might see an albino one. We might see another girl Ra's al Ghul, and another male Ra's al Ghul child. We're gonna see a lot of Ra's al Ghuls. Yeah, like Matt said. So this gives me a good idea. So if Oliver does take over the throne, who's gonna pretty much fight for that throne? Ooh.
Oh yeah, I actually think that's an interesting point. Because I wouldn't think that everybody in the League of Assassins would be okay with an outsider taking over as the demon's head. So yeah, it's like I would see a situation in which there would be a lot of infighting.
Because
I want to respond on this. However, can I mention things that we've seen in trailers that are not the next episode?
Yes, you can.
Okay, in that case. He does not become automatically the demon's head. He does not take over for Ra's al Ghul immediately. He becomes the heir to the demon, and he trains under Ra's al Ghul at first. That has been shown in the trailers, to where believe me, like any infighting is going to be shut down by Ra's al Ghul.
Not technically, no, because...
Yes, technically, yes.
No, because I say no because Ra's al Ghul wants to see what Oliver does with the infighting in his own organization. Because Ra's al Ghul is not going to hold your hands like, no, do what you got to do. Kill him, don't kill him, I don't give a fuck. You got to pretty much take responsibility for your own actions. So, Ra's al Ghul, he doesn't really care about infighting because he knows he's going to shut that shit down. But, he wants to see Oliver prove himself in front of his whole organization. So... it will be infighting regardless.
I think he's going to allow that to a limited degree. I agree with that concept. That's just it. I did not want to say I agree with him because I don't. I agree with the concepts. However, Ra's al Ghul, they have rules. They have these very set in stone rules. I think he's going to allow those things to happen. To a limited degree. In other words, not every Tom, Dick, and Harry is just going to be able to walk up and fucking try and stab Oliver. He's going to, like, the heads of houses or however the fucking league works, maybe they might be able to challenge him.
No.
It's just going to be...
No. Like, what's going to happen is he's going to set it up to be like the prison where they were coming up to try to shank Roy. That's what I think.
Exactly.
It's going to be more eloquent than that. It's going to be more structured because... let's be honest, Ra's al Ghul is going to pretty much plant the seeds with all the people in his own organization. He will do that. Oh, you want to let the other side take over my place? You should do something about it. That's what Ra's al Ghul does. He does a lot of manipulation, no matter who it is.
I get the feeling that when Raish says jump, the League of Assassins says how high.
Right. But
so when he sits there and says, Oliver Queen is now my apprentice to take over, they have to fall in line and just be happy with it. If not, Ra's al Ghul will sit there and cut every last one to shreds.
No, what you mean like Nysa did?
Right.
Nysa is a different story. That's
a different story, really?
Yes, she is a different story because she is a child of Ra's al Ghul, but we all know that Nysa is not the only child that Ra's has.
Exactly. Thank you. Even DeAno agrees with me on that part. Like, yeah, he has more children.
And it pains me to my very soul, but yes.
But not everybody's in the league. Not all his kids are in the league.
Yes, they are. They
are. They're not.
So I was like, what the fuck do you think? What the fuck do you think, Lou? It's like, I mean, he got a kid out there that's out running Microsoft. Of course, all of his kids are in the league. Exactly.
They're all in the
league. At what point do you
league.
think they would have a choice?
They're gonna fight.
It's like what do you think? One of them is an accountant in Tucson or something like that. You know,
so again, like I said,
one of them is the accountant for you.
Right.
I wish
this is why
we could use an accountant.
Like again, I know what Matt's saying, and I know what Lou's saying, but it's not gonna be like the prison. It's gonna be like with honor. It's gonna be pretty much it's gonna be like a tournament in a way. Like who's gonna take over Ra's al Ghul's rightful place?
Wait.
Yeah.
That's what I said. I said that it was going to be organized. I said that it is going to be.
But you said it wrong, though. But you said it in
rules.
the wrong tone, though. You said it in the wrong tone.
I'm so sorry. I apologize that I didn't say it in the tone of which you accept, Isaiah.
Exactly.
I did, however, like, never mind. Fuck you.
Exactly. Thank you. So
Can I was my wild speculation, please?
Okay, so we're going to be moving on to Matt's wild speculation at this time. Go ahead, Matt.
All right, so you got a TV show called Arrow. It's been called Arrow for 3 fucking years. Now Arrow can't fucking exist. What the fuck are you going to do? Keep it in Starling City, still have it called Arrow, but you can't fucking have Oliver Queen as Arrow.
Well, he still shoots arrows.
He still shoots arrows, and simple. What it does is, and that's why I put it in the notes so I would remember, quiver. I think the motherfucker's going to start Batman Incorporated, except it's green arrows. He's going to put a bunch of motherfuckers and train them to fight crime.
Dear God, no! Please stop. Just no.
He's already stealing Batman stories left and right. Why not this one?
Yeah.
Because that's too much. That's just too much being like Batman. Good Lord, that's terrible. That's just fucking awful.
They've already been so much Batmaning Oliver Queen, they might as well put the cape and cowl on his ass.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Batman Incorporated, except it's Arrow.
Make him Batman. Make him Arrow. Make him Batman. Batman Arrow. There you go. Bat Arrow.
I mean, he already yells, "Where are they?" all the time. So
yeah, it's like I just I'm at this point waiting for a scene where, like, you know, so some villains are trying to fight him and they can't fight him, and they're just like, "Who are you?" I'm Arrow. Fucking might as well at this point, yeah. All right.
No, they could totally go. They could go 80s with it, like early 80s with it. Have green Arrow, have yellow Arrow, have blue Arrow. Like fucking make the whole fucking rainbow of arrows.
No, that'd be called LGBT.
You know what? Like, we don't judge. We don't judge around here.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
I forgot the cue, you cis suppressors.
Yeah. Actually, it's like, I mean, funny story, like totally unrelated to anything. It's like I just wanted to share with you guys. And because, I mean, we have viewers, I guess I'm sharing with you all too. Yeah, completely unrelated to anything, but just the mention of LBGQ, LMNOP, whatever the fuck. It's like I have a cousin of mine that's been doing some pretty big things, and he just put out a thing, you know, him and his boyfriend, I think, boyfriend, husband, I don't fucking know. He sent me an email about this. Well, I don't know, but there's like the simple fact of the matter is that it's like I feel bad. It's like I feel like I'm a shitty cousin because I until I got this email 2 days ago, I had absolutely no idea he was gay. I knew one of my other cousins was gay. It's like, I mean, I've known he was gay since he was like fucking 6. But it's like this cousin's like, I mean, finding out he was gay is like, it was like I was sitting there. I remember it's like I'm checking in, you know, the email on my tablet, and I'm like, oh, you're gay? No shit. Huh. What's going on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? That was kind of my whole reaction to the whole thing.
Wow. That is awful. Wow.
I just feel
Why
shitty
is that
that I
awful?
didn't know.
Yeah,
Wow.
there's nothing awful about that. I
No,
mean,
no, it is awful.
If it ain't a
because
thing,
I
it ain't a
didn't
thing.
know. I did not know. That's the only thing. It's like, I mean, obviously, it's like, I mean, I couldn't care less that he's gay.
Yeah.
That doesn't matter to me even a little bit. I don't care.
I have the opposite story. My parents, my senior year of high school, went, okay, Matt, if you're gay, it's all right. It's all right if you're gay. They did that shit to me my fucking senior year of high school. I'm not fucking gay.
Seriously?
Yeah.
There's a reason why.
And
Man.
still
You had a
won't
ponytail.
talk to them.
You had a ponytail like Steven
Admit
Seagal.
it.
That's what it's like.
What's that?
Just admit it.
No, maybe.
Oh, you see, you got the long hair, man. You got the long hair.
If you are, that's okay. It's like, I mean, it's like, there's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with Steven Seagal. There's nothing wrong with Steven Seagal.
I don't know if you guys remember what happened on Sunday night.
What happened?
Oh, nothing.
And on that note, we're going to go ahead and wrap things up for this episode of Geeks Around Discussion Vidcast. We, of course, will be back next week to discuss next week's episode. But in the meanwhile, if you have anything for us, you can always feel free to shoot us an email at geeksaround@gmail.com. Or you can give us a phone call or leave us a voicemail. The phone number is 801-609-GOTR. Again, that is 801-609-4687. And as always, we invite and implore you to join the Geeks Around community on Google+. You will find the link for that down in the description for this video, right underneath that like button. Until next week, my name is DeAno Jackson. This has been the Geeks Around Discussion Vidcast for Arrow, and we'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.